Peace, family. So we're coming to the end of 2024, a year of great change and power shifts and realizations. A year that was 2024, a year that dealt a lot with relationships, finding a partner or finding proper power dynamics between partners. Karmic renewal with the 0, 4, which symbolizes hard work and stability, lessons around that. Maybe there were some hardships around that for some people. And now we're moving into the 2025, which is the same concept with the balancing of power, balancing or finding of a proper relationship, finding your unique teammate, being paired up and put into pairs, proper pairs for work to come. It's no longer about the ones, it's about the twos, right? So we got 2025, proper relationships to bring about the change, which is the 5. 5 always deals with change. It always deals with communication. It always deals with freedom and power as well. So 2025 is going to be more about relationships. People are going to be growing closer with their partners if they're on the right vibration. It's not enough just to be in your own heart and your own soul. You got to have the proper mirrors during this time. Proper mirrors. It's not just about checking in your inner intuition. It's about having accountability partners that are physical manifestations of that inner truth. But it's not enough for you just to be the I. You know, you got to be I and I, as the Rastas say. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at things to know as we go into the new year. Ways to behave in the new year, things to look for in the new year, all those sorts of things in 2025. Okay. And 2025, the technology is going to shoot even more crazy. You're going to see robotic innovations that you didn't expect as early. And you're going to see a lot more social upheaval around the world, whereas in the past, maybe people would just let the powers that be kind of govern and run things without too much world upheaval. But now there's a shift happening where more people are going to be paying attention to what's happening in the world and actually taking action. All right, so be prepared for that. Okay, first card that represents all of us is this guy here. This is the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is saying that some of us have been pretty scattered in 2024. Some of us are scattered now, but that's not always a bad thing. It's a bursting open. There's revelation. People have revelations that have kind of shaken their worlds up. People have been trying things, and people have been noticing things. And this is neither good or bad. This is just kind of saying what is. There's a lot happening around people, especially emotionally. Things that are going to push the emotions, okay? Now, this card's interesting because we're getting a 5 of Wands as far as our relationship card in 2025. All right? This is interesting because this card is telling us that we're going to have to challenge our partners in 2025, okay? We're going to have to bring challenging as far as because in this 2025, it's not just about finding your partner or power dynamics. It's also about moving together properly. All right, whether this is a close friend that you partner up with, or it's your wife or your husband, or just a really close partner of some other business venture. It's very important that the vision is fully aligned. So that means that there has to be a little struggle. You know what I mean? There's always a little struggle when you're trying to focus things. And so It's telling us to bring the stimulus. It doesn't have to be disrespectful, but it does mean that it's going to be important to challenge yourself, to bring yourself into resonance with your partner, and to challenge them to also do the same. Okay, so challenging. So don't steer away from the fights. Not that they should become fights in a negative way, but the debates, those sorts of things, it's got to be hot this year. Once again, not in a disrespectful way, but it's time for blind spots to be seen. So there's gonna have to be light put on those things, even if it might be offensive to your partner. So dance around that how you dance around that, but there's got to be a sense of a challenge, and it's going to be easier for people that have already been doing that. If you're already pretty honest with your partner, if you're already good at calling things out, this is going to be an easy thing to do. But if you're not, it's going to be a very challenging year for relationships. And it looks like I'm already seeing 2 fire cards here. It's another fire card. This is the card about creative projects. Well, it's in the creative projects section of the spread, right? And we haven't had any major arcana cards yet. I've pulled 3 cards, no major arcanas. So we're gonna see where the heavy cards wanna manifest 2025. These aren't really heavy cards, but what this is saying though is that we want to continue feeding and expanding into our projects in a major way in 2025. You want to almost push as if you didn't think you could fail. You can't fail. That's the thing. So push those projects, blow crazy amounts of air into them in 2025. Okay. Wow. Another fire card. Boom. The wands, right? The wands are fire, okay? So this is the 3rd straight fire card I've pulled. This is a fire year. And it's interesting to note that 5 is the fire year, because the 5 is always somewhat fiery to me. It's airy, but it's also fire. It's like fire and air, blowing that fire all over the place. Okay, so you got the 4 of wands here. If you notice, this is talking about our 2 as well. You see the couple in there? Do you see the couple? There's a man and a woman in there, okay? It's talking about the 2s. Remember, we're balancing power dynamics within. We're also balancing power dynamics between our partners. All right? So this is in the work section. This is in jobs, proper. So it's talking about moving properly in your workspaces, working properly in your partnerships, because partnerships are going to bring the best results in regards to monetization. Partnerships are going to work best, and this doesn't always mean we're only talking about 2 people, right? This could be, it just has to be, for example, it could be. Let's say you had a team and you also bring in a stranger or a friend or someone who's not necessarily part of the team. That's another type of 2. You see, that's 2 as well. So it could manifest as maybe you and your wife are teaming up with someone else or another couple. You see what I'm saying? That's also 2. So don't get caught up in just whether it's just you. It could also be you and someone on the same team teaming up with someone else or another team, right? But either way, these kind of alliances are where the success is right now. And I want those alliances that you've built in 2024 to stay firm, all right, as you move in 2025. Just keep them firm and keep them rooted in your passions, okay? We haven't had any practical cards yet. There's no practicality here. This is about making your wishes come true this year so far. Still no major arcana. We got our Queen of Cups here as the card to watch out for. And if you notice, we're dealing with water at this point. Queen of Cups. This is negative. This is in the negative section, the thing that's going to keep you from hitting your goal. And this is over emotionalism. Acting first and then thinking next. Okay, sorry, I'm being distracted. My son's crying in the background, but he's with his mom, so he's fine. But we got the Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups. We're dealing with emotions. We're dealing with activity. Do not act in your emotions. Do not act on your boredom. Right? Do not act in ways that aren't rooted in a trajectory that is going to fuel the vision. All right? And so that's also important to note, because I talked about challenging our partners earlier. This isn't an emotional thing, right? Like in the sense of that it should be, oh, I feel this way, let me attack my partner. Or let me correct my partner because I feel this way. This is about clear-headed vision work. All right? This is about working with the vision. Okay? Working with the vision. All right? And making sure hearts are aligned. Making sure the light is aligned. Making sure that things are within proper sorry, I'm being distracted. I don't know what's going on out there. Hold on. Everything okay out there? All right. It sounds like everything's okay out there now. But it's more about shedding light than having, if you're having these big emotional blowout arguments, and something's wrong. All right. And if you see it going somewhere emotionally dark, or emotionally where it's just throwing cuss words back and forth, or maybe you see something where we're talking about something along the lines of where things are getting personal and like bitey, because this Queen of Cups also corresponds to Scorpio, okay, which also warns about acting on your addictions, but acting in spite, or anything of that nature. Okay, so you don't want to act in spite, none of this emotional stuff. Okay, hold on one second. One second. One second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, once again, this Queen of Cups. Watch out for unbridled emotion. This is not the year for unbridled emotion. All right. You won't get very far. That's where your stuckness is going to come in. That's where the procrastination is going to come in. Yeah, stay out of there. Stay out of there. Okay, stay out of the Queen of Cups. Oh, here's another queen. So this is 2 queens in a row. So we had 3 fire cards in a row. And now we're on our second queen. Queen of Machetes is popping up for how we engage with our families. This is also not emotional. It's about justice. It's about finishing what you start. It's about encouraging others if they're in college, or if they're on some sort of if they're doing some sort of project. It's encouraging them to finish what they start. All right. So that's the Queen of Machetes. The Queen of Machetes is very chatty, has a lot to say. The Queen of Machetes is not gonna let things that are unrighteous slide. You know, not saying you have to play policeman for your family or something like that, but for those who have an ear, make sure you're aware of the messages you have for them. Okay, because people are gonna be, especially people in your family, core family members, core friends, are gonna need your words. So pay attention, because Spirit is gonna intuitively tell you when something needs to be said. All right, that's very important. It's very important that the Queen of Machetes is in charge. Once again, no emotionalism. This is about getting people systematically set up for success, for those who will hear, and things of that nature. Telling people, hey, read this book, you know, pointing them in the proper direction. You know, this isn't about planning. This is about setting people up with the work that's going to bring them out of their situation, if you know it. All right. So the next card, okay. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Pentacles. We've got a 9 of Pentacles here. And the 9 of Pentacles is pretty awesome. And this card is saying, as a meditation this year, we want to show love to the spaces that we're also in. The spaces we're in should reflect our heart. So being very aware of those spaces is going to be important this year. So if you're in a room and something feels off, make a shift. Make sure that everything's a reflection of you. Also make sure that you're nourished this year. It's like saying, you know, make sure you got fruits around or snacks around, and that you're staying grounded. And in your passions, staying grounded. So even though they're telling us, hold our partners accountable, they're telling us to expand in our projects, they're telling us to work these partnerships out so we can get the financial gain through our partnerships and things of that nature. They're saying, do not forget about the health side. Don't forget about the minerals. Don't forget about eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get so caught up in the fire that you forget that the fire needs fuel. It needs logs to eat off of. All right, it needs logs to eat off of. So provide those logs. Make sure that the kingdom that you are trying to reach is also balanced with things that already are within your reach. All right, so making sure you have the right nutrients for where you're trying to go. All right, if that makes sense. All right, wow, and there's another Earth card. All right, this is a year of abundance. The abundance card is popping up, okay, which is this 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so for those that are challenging their partners, for those that are expanding their projects, for those that are honoring their business partnerships, for those who are being unemotional and moving with a plan, for those who are being a word of wisdom for family, for those who are taking care of themselves minerally, this year promises abundance. All right. And 9 of Cups is the theme of the year. Okay, so it's about faith. We're dealing with faith. All right. Do you have the faith to push those projects? You know, do you have the faith to say what needs to be said? Those are the truths we're moving in. And 2025, although this is a year of change, this isn't a year where all of it settles. The dust is just going to get stirred up. This isn't by the end of 2025, it's not like the new phase. You know what I mean? This is a transitionary year into a new phase. All right, so maybe 2026, we'll be looking more at the new phase. All right, the new world, for better or for worse. Before we close out, let's do a quick, there's 3 more things I want to do real quick. Let's pick a Sacred Rebels card as a theme as well, as some guidance. Let's see what we got here. All right, here we go. Is that a shocker? That's a number 2. It says inner trust. Okay, inner trust, number 2. All right. So what is this inner trust about? Right? What is this inner trust about? And in this little book, it says, though it may be cloaked and hidden within you lies a natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder that lies within you. And guess what? Your partnerships should align with this. It should be people who are like, hey, that's not you. Pull that out. Hey, that's not you. You said you were this. We need it to align, baby. It needs to align now. Okay? So that's what we're looking at right now is inner trust and people who bring out our own inner trust. People who push us to be real, right? Let's see if there's anything else I want to say from this book. It says, perhaps you've drawn this card because you're unnecessarily holding yourself back out of fear or a lack of belief in your ability to support and care for yourself, or in the importance of your need for self-expression in your what? Your relationships. To inner trust. 2020, 2025. All right. So let's pull a card from, let's pull another card here from Shamanic Medicine deck. So inner trust, okay, and making sure the people you are around are people that can help you manifest that inner trust. Ooh, check this out. Soul retrieval. Reclamation. Soul retrieval. How many people are in this picture? 1, 2. 2025. 2025. Right? So this 2025 is like a soul mission, right? It's a soul retrieval mission. Retrieve your soul. Be in alignment with people who bring your soul back. Go on journeys this year. Powerful journeys that bring your soul back. Any part of your soul that's missing. Don't think of your soul as one big whole. That's not how the soul works. The soul is a bunch of parts. Right? Like when you put together Legos. And there's a little Lego part of you called the soul. Sometimes a Lego will pop off here, a Lego will pop off there. You're missing part of your soul. And that little part of your soul is dancing around lost in the bardo, waiting for you to reclaim it. This is a year for that. Look at your partnerships as aiding in that soul retrieval. Okay. By the end of 2025, you should be feeling so alive if you are moving in the right space. Okay. Once again, it's about reclamation. All right. Let me see what else pops up in what else they want to say in this book about soul retrieval. We're looking at number 94. So this is a warning. Remember, emotionalism was one of the things that they're warning us about. It says your emotions and feelings are running amok, leaving you confused and out of control. This is one of the warnings, because this over emotionalism, oh, I feel this way, I feel that way, without a clear vision, because your feelings are not the divine, right? Your feelings, especially in 2025, are usually tantrums from the shadow body. So shadow work is going to be important this year, you know. And if you need heavy shadow work, it's a great year to find some training. If you're fighting addiction, 12-step programs, or if it's deeper than that, than a 12-step program, you know, you could always do initiatory programs, you know, into brotherhoods and sisterhoods and mystery schools that really go after the shadow body. I'm reading books about the shadow body. For some people, it might be getting therapy. For some people, it's going to come through mushroom or herbal teas or Aya or something. But getting to the heart of the emotionalism, if it's running amok, is going to be very important to fight against too much fragmentation. Be very wary of jealousy, all right? Jealousy, envy, that should be mine. Why does she have that? Why does he have that? I deserve this. I deserve that. You know, be very proactive, and that's, you know, and that's where you want your partnerships to come in, because you're not supposed to do this alone. None of us are supposed to do this alone. All right. So this card suggests there's been a struggle due to a lack of self-worth, stress, and distress. Recently, you may have felt like you've lost part of yourself. Fragments of your beautiful soul are lost every time you give away your personal power to others, or are verbally and psychically attacked. Remember, the fears, beliefs, and faiths of others have played a big part in creating who you are not. Discernment enables you to separate others' thoughts and actions from your own. All right? Soul retrieval journeys with you to the lower and upper worlds where the fragmented parts of yourself reside. This can only be accessed with the assistance of your power animals and your spirit guides. So be sure to call upon them. By bringing the missing parts of your soul back and reconnecting with them, you will once again feel whole and complete. Allow soul retrieval to restore harmony as you reclaim all that you are to step fully into your personal power. And I like to add, and attracting your team and family and those who are actively pushing you towards the fulfillment of this soul retrieval mission. All right. Real quick. I know this video is 30 minutes, but whatever. Right. I pop in here when I can. I just want you guys to know I love you. Thank you for rocking with me this long. For some of you guys, it's been years that you've been on this platform, and I promise it's gonna get better as I learn it. All right. I want to pick three playing cards in honor of my mentor's 3-card system. Well, it's not really a 3-card system, but he deals with angel numbers, which is usually 3 numbers. All right, so I just want to see what kind of number cards are popping up here. And of course, another 2. There's another 2. Right? 2 of diamonds. So feel free to look up that 2 of diamonds. Look, another diamond. Ace of diamonds. All right. And in the middle, we got a 6 of hearts. All right. So these are some numbers to be looking for, whether it's 222, 666, 111s, and feel free in your own time to look up cartomancy or in some other numerology to get a little deeper into what the playing cards are saying, or should I say the angel number system. All right. And last but not least, let's take a quick look at the astrology, the planets to look for, the planets that are working for us, the planets that are working against us. Once again, it looks like it's going to be a big year for transitions, transitional energy. Also, there's a lot of hints here that it's going to be an emotional year. Okay, so be very mindful of emotional states. Okay, so planets. This is our planetary look. What planets to watch out for this year, right? And the planets to work with. All right, planets to watch out for. All right. All right, so right off the bat, we're getting some fire energy. It's definitely a fire year. They're pushing us towards the fire. All right, they're pushing us towards the fire for sure. And one of our allies looks like it's going to be Aries, the Aries energy. So, and that makes sense with all those wands that were popping up, which is interesting because both of the positive cards in this spread of the way to go are wands. 10 of wands, 2 of wands. So it looks like there's going to be, but it looks like the Aries, the ram, is our friend. So that's Mars. This is a warrior year. That's why that emotionalism is not going to cut it. Get your orders and carry out what needs to be carried out. All right. It's saying to watch out for the Capricorn energies. It looks like watch out for the earth signs in general. You can't be too much in the earth signs this year. Okay, so if you're an earth sign, be very cautious about being overly grounded during times of high spiritual vibrancy. Making sure if you're an earth sign to wear bright colors, making sure to get a lot of sunlight, making sure you're doing your medicine, whether it's spiritual medicine or just softer herbal medicines, something, making sure you're in your spiritual body. You can't just be practical this year. And this is a warning for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energies. In order to be on the pulse this year, you can't just deal with science, statistics, right? Because the sun is also something to watch out for this year. Saying things seen. This is a year of miracles. All right. And I know that might sound confusing when I'm saying not be emotional, but we're not talking about being emotional either. There's another plane of vision and passion that's in alignment with where you're really supposed to go, as opposed to where you're emotionally led or pulled. Okay. And those are the energies. This is a fire year, man. Fire. Aries is Aries. And this is interesting. I'm trying to see if there's is there a planet associated with this particular fire card. It looks like the dragon too when it comes through. This looks like a dragon in this card. Some kind of lizard man is upside down in this card. So that dragon energy is coming. Even though this was the year of the dragon ain't gonna leave. The dragon's not leaving. Okay, the dragon's still here, man. All right. So don't be too heavy in the earth energy this year. And don't be too heavy in the water, emotional energy this year. This is a fire year. We got to burn bright this year, man. Respectfully, of course, and in divine order. Okay. And it looks like by the end of the year, you'll know what to protect. You'll know what to keep secret. Right? And that might sound confusing, but you'll know it when that comes. Because everybody doesn't deserve access to everything that you've got. All right? So, that's the reading of 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. Feel free to place some of your resolutions below or goals that you have below. I'm excited about 2025. There's a lot to be excited for. There's a lot of reason to be scared in 2025 as well. But we're not moving in the fear vibration in 2025. It's fire, baby. Fire and purpose. Fire and purpose. Being led by our higher selves. And staying in our groups. Our proper soul groups. All right? Cool. I have some other stuff to talk to you guys about. I had an amazing journey recently. I still need to sit with it because it ripped me apart and put me back together. But I'll come back with some sort of report based on what seems like it'd be most useful for the whole. And yeah, I think that should be my next video. I was talking about this journey I went on, the major spiritual journey, and give you some of the insights that were given to me and some of my new thoughts around journeying and ways to be safe while journeying. Yeah, that'd be good. Ways to be safe while journeying. Safety first, right? All right, talk to you guys soon.